Hello, Celebration. This is Pastor Randy, and I'm coming with today's winning word, Why the Caged Bird Sings. And I'm going to walk through Acts, the 5th chapter, the 17th through the 38 verses. I'm going to pick a few verses, and this is a great parallel of how we are once caged, but we are never contained in the Spirit. I'm going to pick it up at the 17th verse. Then the high priest and all of the associates who were members of the party were filled with jealousy. They arrested the apostles and they put them in public jail. But during the night, an angel of the Lord opened the doors of the jail and brought them out. Go stand in the temple courts, he said, and tell the people all about this new life. We're called to go when we have a new life and tell everybody. And at daybreak, they entered the temple courts as they had been told. And when the officers of the jail went to find them, they could not. So they went back and reported. And this is what they reported in the 23rd verse. We found the jail securely locked with guards standing at the doors. But when we opened it, we found no one inside. Look, we can be caged, but we cannot be contained. We can be jailed, but yet we will always be free. And then on hearing this report, the captain of the temple guard and the chief priests were at a loss, wondering what this might lead to if they found out that they tried to jail these people, but that yet they were free. And then someone came out and said, look, they're actually standing at the temple courts teaching the people, standing in the streets, teaching and protesting their freedom. The apostles were brought back and made to appear before the Sanhedrin by the high priest. He said, we gave you strict orders not to teach in his name. Yet you have filled Jerusalem with your teaching and you're determined to make us look guilty. Peter and the other apostles replied, we must obey God rather than humans. The God of our ancestors raised Jesus from the dead, whom you killed by hanging him on the cross. Our ancestors who were hanging on the cross. We will always be reminded of our ancestors who've been hanging and persecuted. We are witnesses to these things, and so is the Holy Spirit, whom God has given to those who he obeyed. And then I skip down to the 33rd verse of Acts 5. When they heard this, they were furious and wanted to put them to death. However, they gathered and they met, and one of the leaders said, therefore, brothers, and the 38th verse says, leave these men alone, let them go. And this is important, for if their purpose or activity is of human origin, it will fail. And this is the keystone verse. But if it is from God, you leaders who jailed and persecuted us, who jailed and persecuted believers, you will not be able to stop these people. You will only find yourself fighting against God. Sing, caged birds, sing.